Supersonic. Good morning, YouTube. What's up, everybody? I hope you're safe and healthy and happy and doing okay. And if you're anywhere in the Northeast and you have to shovel or snowblow after you watch this video, I can relate. I have been so excited to try this shoe since I first got word of it, and a lot of other channels have tried them, or at least I know that they have their hands on them at this point. I'm not sure how many videos exist yet, but today we're making a video about it. And that shoe is the Mach Supersonic. As you may remember, I quite liked the Mach 4. It was one of my favorite shoes of the year. So when I heard about this Mach Supersonic that was coming out, what could that possibly mean? Is it a Mach 2.0? Is it a Mach 1.5? What are you? What are you supposed to be? And what I've gathered about this shoe is that it's supposed to be kind of a more up-tempo version of the Mach 4, a little bit more performance-based and a tad bit more responsive. So is that what I gathered when I ran in this shoe? Well, I have 2 runs in the shoe so far, and I have some thoughts about it. But of course, you know, you gotta sit through some video of me running in the shoe, and this time I had socks on my hands, so it was kind of hard to control the camera, but I made it work. Let's watch it. Today, I do want to let you know that this shoe was sent to me by Hoka and Running Warehouse. However, neither company is going to see this before you. They can't tell me what to say, and all of my opinions are always, and you can count on this, they're always my own. Okay, so the Mach Supersonic is 6.9 ounces for a women's size 7, but for my size, 10.5 women's, this shoe came in at 8.65 ounces. You're probably wondering how that stacks up to our Mach 4 here, so if I put it on the scale, I have a scale right here. If it would just turn on. This one's coming in at 8.21 ounces. Just some food for thought that when I weighed this myself, the Mach 4 original was lighter. The Supersonic has a 5mm drop. It's different for men and women. For women, it's 27 in the heel and 22 in the forefoot. And for men, it's 29 in the heel and 24 in the forefoot. Now, in terms of sizing, I don't know if this is really completely true to size for me personally. I think I have a teeny bit too much room up in the toe box area lengthwise. I'm not sure if a half size down would alleviate that problem. It very well could. It's slight, but it was something that I did notice when I put this shoe on. Okay, so let's chat about this upper here. We're using an engineered lightweight mesh. It definitely feels more breathable than the original Mach 4. I'm not positive that it's a different material, but it does feel just a little bit thinner, a little bit more breathable. In that midfoot, you have the Hoka logo, I guess kind of acting as an overlay, but they also did add in an EVA molded sock liner to give you just a better wraparound feel across that midfoot. If we go to the back of the shoe, we have the same molded heel counter as the current Mach 4. However, there is a big old pull tab that has been added to the back of the shoe. Now, as I said, the shoe is definitely more breathable than the original Mach. I felt that while I was running in this cold weather. I ran in this shoe yesterday and the day before, something like that. And then today I ran in the original Mach, and I could definitely feel less air or wind passing through the regular Mach 4 than I could in this shoe. This shoe, I felt all that wind right through the top of the shoe, which will be great in the summer. And it's also great if you're trying to go faster because you want your foot to cool down a little bit more. Turning the shoe this way, I'm gonna say that I do think that this fit has changed slightly for me from the Mach 4. It feels like I have a little bit more in the midfoot, like room-wise, and we already talked about the length up here. I think it might be a smidge big. It's not anything that me cinching down the laces couldn't really fix, but this also might be a good thing for people who have a slightly wider foot or just a more voluminous, you know what I'm trying to say. Just a bigger foot. You might like this upper a little bit better. For me, I'm gonna say that I do like the fit of the regular Mach over this. And because of the sizing being a little bit funky, I did have some issues with heel slippage, but I used the last loophole and that went away. But one thing I like about this upper more than I do about the Mach 4 is the tongue. They changed this tongue to be a little bit more traditional. It's more padded, it's gusseted, it's comfortable. Do I wish they would just bring it up a hair? Yes, but you know, still I'm digging this tongue and I like the improvement that they made there. Overall, I'm not experiencing any hot spots, blistering, or irritation in the Mach Supersonic. I like this upper as a whole. I just think that the original feels a little bit better for my foot. And now for the moment you've all been waiting for, the midsole. Hoka is using their brand new Pro Fly Plus midsole material here. That's that top darker layer that you see. And then under that is rubberized EVA, which acts as the outsole of the shoe, but also complements the ride, gives it a little more rigidity, a little more firmness and response. Even to the touch, if I just dig my fingers in there a little bit, I think that this feels a lot more responsive than your regular Mach 4 that has the just regular Pro Fly foam. There's no plus here. This is supposed to have more cushioning, and I think it does, but I think the cushioning is just different. It just feels more responsive. A buzzword that is so commonly used, but I'm not sure of a synonym for that, so we're gonna go with it. This feels softer to me than this. This feels more responsive than this. On the 2 days that I wore this shoe, it was incredibly cold outside, so that could affect the temperature of the midsole, could contribute to like the firmness of the midsole. And I wouldn't say that this shoe feels firm, but it certainly feels firmer than the Mach 4 does, in my opinion. This midsole, or I guess the outsole here, combination felt kind of slappy and loud on the pavement, which is not something I experienced in the Mach 4, but I experienced it here. But yeah, overall, I guess the best way I can describe it is it feels more resilient, I guess, than the regular Pro Fly foam in the Mach 4. I took this out, like I said, 2 days. One of those days was just a chill run, and then the other day was a chill run, but it had some strides in there. And this shoe definitely performs for strides. So it's supposed to be a more performance-based shoe. So it does its job in that sense. And it didn't perform poorly at those easier paces either. But for those easier paces, I would grab the Mach 4. I'm kind of on the fence about it. I'm not 100% sure yet what I think about this midsole, and I think that's okay. It just means that I have to do some more testing. It's kind of like a question mark in my head. I liked it, but I didn't love it, so I'm wondering if maybe I take it on some like warmer days, a little bit warmer, the midsole will open up a bit and be a little bit softer. We'll see. All right, now if we turn to the outsole, you'll see that we have rubberized EVA. There's no rubber on this shoe, just like in the Mach 4. In fact, I think that this is probably the same exact outsole. Let me check that. The pattern definitely looks nearly identical. So I'm gonna say this is the same outsole. Despite the fact that there's no rubber here, and I've said this before, I don't feel like this shoe suffers in the traction department at all. Perhaps it suffers slightly in durability because of that. However, I would say that this shoe is a lot more durable on the outsole than you might think. Yeah, some of it's gonna wear down, but a lot of that's cosmetic, and I have not had any problems with traction in any way, shape, or form. I'm excited to see how it holds up compared to the Mach 4, but I think it's gonna be identical, if not extremely similar. The Mach Supersonic will be $150 when it is released on, I believe, March 15th. The regular Mach 4, if you are unaware, is $130. So we're up in the price, 20 bucks here. I don't know. I want to tell you that it's worth the extra 20. I'm just not super sure that it is. It really depends on what you're looking for in a shoe. If you want something that's firmer, less of that sinking down soft feeling, and you want it to be nice and light and better for tempo days, then yeah, this is going to be a good shoe. But if you're looking for a daily trainer that's going to be comfortable, and you don't really care about responsive and energy return and all that stuff, then I would say save the 20 bucks and get the Mach 4. But it's really up to you. Anyways, when the shoe becomes available or when Running Warehouse has a page with the Supersonic on it, I will link to that page in the description of this video. Now, keep in mind that link will be an affiliate link with Running Warehouse. However, that doesn't mean much for you. It just helps out my channel so I can keep making these videos and hopefully helping you decide between these two shoes. I don't know if I love it yet. I don't know if I'm completely sold on it. And I think at this current time, I kind of lean more towards the regular Mach. But that being said, I'm going to be wearing this shoe a lot more to see if that changes. I would love to take this shoe out on a not so frigid day. I want to take this shoe on the treadmill and see how it does. I want to really put it to the test because I was such a huge fan of the Mach 4 and I want the same for this shoe. But if it just doesn't pan out, doesn't pan out. But you have to try first. Well, everyone, that concludes my first run impressions of the Hoka Mach Supersonic. If you enjoyed this video, please like it down below and subscribe. And when you're done with all that, hit the notifications bell so you can find out every time I upload a new video. Do we like the crazy color or do we like the understated color? Or should I say the Kofuzi color? I have another video for you next week, but in the meantime, get out there, get on the grind, and don't forget to run like Heller. See you next time. Lullaby and good night. Go to sleep, little Scooby. Go to sleep. She's like, bye.